Hello to all you Scorpios out there. This is your monthly horoscope for August of 2022, and it's all about your ancient ruler Mars. It's going to be so important what Mars is doing for the month of August. Yes, the first week is still a little bit like the same energy at the very end of July, which is all about Mars being in your opposite sign of relationships with Uranus and with the North Node. So hopefully for you there are some breakthroughs in relationships. Whether you are single or not, there is something that occurs in the life of a partner or with a connection that you have that has a liberating effect on you as well. And especially when you've been in a rut for a long time. If you want to know more about that, check out again, if you haven't done already, the July horoscopes, because I speak a little bit more in detail around that energy. But it's you that meets Uranus. So although it is your seventh house of other people, it's definitely also you that consciously or unconsciously wants to liberate yourself from connections and relationships where you feel that you are a little bit in a cage, so to speak. So enjoy that. Now, after that, Mars is, and especially from the 21st of August, Mars is going to be in Gemini, in your 8th house, which is the Scorpio house. So this is, for a lot of people, this is tricky and challenging. But for you, it's your cup of tea. Mars in the 8th house. It's actually you being in that 8th house. And normally you stay like in a house like for 4 to 6 weeks, but now it's going to be for 8 months. So it's retrograding at the end of October at 25 degrees of Gemini, and it's going forwards again, blasting forwards around the midst of January of 2023 at 8 degrees of Gemini. So 8 months having your ruler in the 8th house. This is all about Scorpio. This is all about transformation. This is all about battling your fears. This is all about encountering your shadow, looking at it in the face and putting a light on it so that the shadow is gone. And you've got time for this. You've got 8 months to conquer this, and I really, really like that energy. So a lot of people will not know what you're up to, as usual, probably, because Scorpio, you know, has a tendency to be very private, not necessarily in a negative way, but just, you know, I do my stuff and you don't have to know everything about me. That will definitely be the case with Mars in the 8th house. So what you're going to do there, not judging here, but it's up to you, but you have that ability to do things behind the scenes for sure, whether it is preparing yourself for something, whether it is doing things behind the scenes in a sneaky way. That's up to you. But bottom line is that there is something here that you can battle that has to do with deep psychological issues, and which is what Scorpio is about for a great deal. It's about that transformation. But transformation cannot happen when something old is broken down. So a lot could have to do also with resources that you share with other people. So for you, that could be like taxes, income, tax return. It could mean inheritances. It could mean the investments that you do with other people, and that there is a pocket of time here from August up until March that it's going backwards and forwards and until it is all resolved, so to speak. And so yes, it's there could be some some challenges coming up for you on a financial level, yes, but ultimately it's to improve your financial situation. Definitely when you are sharing your resources with, like, for instance, a spouse or in a business partnership, definitely it is here to, although it might be a bit worse than your situations, you know, also loans and so on could have to deal with that. It's like when we are around and about the midst of January of next year, off you go and you're seeing the results. So if you are patient and you can really improve your shared resources with someone else, and you are patient, I mean, you're a fixed sign, so you are quite strategic But as I said, also it could mean, because these are general horoscopes, but it could also have to do with a more psychological process that you are going through, that there is some fears that are going on and that you are ready now to tackle them in a way with like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and with patience. So very, very interesting time on another level, because the 8th house is the metaphysical occult house. If you are doing something like I am doing, astrology or tarot or whatever it is, you could be studying that as well and putting a lot of energy into that, because it's in Gemini after all, this Mars. So you could be learning a lot throughout these months here. So that is also definitely now the tricky energy here with Mars, because it's going to bump a few times into Neptune, is doing things as with the right intentions, and because otherwise it could backfire here with Mars getting into a square to Neptune a couple of times. It could really mean that doing things in a deceitful way, or that could really backfire. So when your intentions are good, you can't really go wrong. And that is a very significant thing for you. Now, on another level, Venus at the beginning of the month, the first week, is still in Cancer in your 9th house. There is some in a fellow water house. So yes, it is opposing Pluto, again a bit intense, but you like there could be some intensity going on abroad when you're traveling or learning, but something that is transformative, and that is for the better ultimately. And then as from the 12th and onwards, Venus is in your 10th house, the highest point of your horoscope. So remember, when Venus is in Leo, that is going to bump into the Saturn-Uranus square still. It is quite close now. So that means that, yes, still try to make some changes at work, but try to also keep what is going well for you. So other than that, it's a very interesting month for you. Make the best out of it. I wish you all the best, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.